All right, my name is Sean Curran. I'm a state representative here in the city of Springfield, and for the last 7 years I've sat on the Massachusetts Housing Committee. And the issue we're talking about today is the foreclosure crisis here in Springfield. And one policy that mayors across the Midwest and the Northeast have been using is demolition to attack the foreclosure crisis. The idea is that there aren't going to be so many buyers for some of these properties, and rather than have them sit for years and years, the demolition ball might be a better solution than having them devalue the rest of the neighborhood. Around the mayor of Buffalo, he has a plan to demolish 5,000 houses. The mayor of Detroit has a plan to demolish 10,000 houses. The mayor of Flint, Michigan wants to demolish 5,000 houses. And the city of Cleveland just received a $40 million grant from the federal government to demolish housing in their city. The city of Springfield, I feel, certainly it shouldn't be the only tool in their toolbox, but they really need to integrate demolition in a more systematic fashion throughout the city, and I think that might be one tool to help alleviate some of this housing blight that we have in the city. Behind us here we have an abandoned house right here on Tracy Street in Springfield, and next door to it we have another abandoned house. And rather than have them sit here for the next 25 years, perhaps our housing department can look at how we can, in a feasible manner, pick and choose some properties to demolish. As you can see here on Tracy Street, we have several abandoned houses. The one behind me is a 3-story structure, and this one right here is another 3-story structure. And as you can tell, they probably need about $100,000 of work apiece. And so it looks like these properties will sit here for a couple of years. If we go around the corner, there's several other boarded up buildings. As you can see, I mean, there are some investors who come in to Liberty Heights and are putting some money into the neighborhood, which is absolutely terrific. But again, there are going to be some properties that people are not going to invest in, and rather than have them sit for years, like this boarded up property, perhaps the city can look into acquiring some of those demolition monies and going to work.
Okay, go ahead.
As you can see, the extent of the foreclosure crisis here in Springfield, another 2 abandoned houses. Obviously, the city of Springfield, we're dealing with a lot right now after the tornado, but the foreclosure crisis really was the disaster before the tornado, and we are still trying to address it. The mayors of these other cities, they'll take a patch like this and they'll turn it either to an urban garden, they'll put up solar panels for green energy, or they'll just divide up the land and give it to the abutting property owners. These are the kind of plans that maybe we can integrate here in Springfield and hopefully come up with a housing policy to deal with this unprecedented foreclosure crisis.